Hello guys, welcome back to the crew Walter and driving our cars, part number 58. Lamborghini Murcielago LP640. It's not dash 4, that means that it doesn't have 4-wheel drive, it's a 2-wheel drive car. The 640 does stand for 640 horsepower. This is the full stock in some bright orange or whatever it is. Official colors, as always on my cars. Starting the video a bit differently here. Before this I recorded the Aventador. I forgot about the drift spec for that car, and so I had to redo the video, which is part number 55, but I've just had to record it again. Meanwhile I already had recorded 56 and 57, so this is part number 58. And because I have been doing that, I finished with the drift spec, so I'm still on drift settings, so I thought, well, let's start this video a bit differently. I am on drift settings, so it's not that easy to handle it on the road or off-road like this. We're driving towards the summit, because we are going to start with the drift spec. Just like the Aventador, this one, which is kinda, well, the one that is replaced by the Aventador. It also has performance spec and it also has a drift spec, just like the Aventador. And I guess they are sort of comparable also in this game. Just the Aventador is a bit newer, of course, replacing this one in real life, and so it, as always with the things like that, they get a bit more power. If they bring a new car, they throw in a few extra horsepowers. 640 horsepower 2-wheel drive, and Aventador 700 4-wheel drive. Also here, a bit too fast into the event, which seems to be something that occurs now after some maintenance they did, and 2-3 seconds black screen before it actually starts the event, but yeah. 814 it is, so it's not at 12.99. Some of my drift cars are not at 12.99, or at least not yet. At the moment I'm kinda saving bucks with the Calling All Units expansion coming up. Probably gonna need the bucks and crew credits to buy cars, because they are gonna bring a couple of new cars. I haven't heard, are they gonna bring a Lamborghini? Yes, they are going to bring a Lamborghini, the Lamborghini Hurricane. The one that replaced the Gallardo. Not in this game, I mean in real life. The Gallardo is still in this game, but also the Hurricane will come in. And well, you can't bring a Lamborghini and not bring a Ferrari, so also the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta will come to the game. And a couple of other cars, and I'm sure there will be more than they announced so far. Usually is, they announce some news and then step by step you get the full news. By November 29, when the expansion is actually going to be released on the 3 platforms. Meanwhile, well, I lost a multiplier here and there, but because I'm still trying to figure out the gears here. By the looks of it, with this 814 scored car, second gear seems to be better. That might change if you bring this car to 12.99. You might have to go around in third gear. But since this is a bit of a lower spec, just second gear on the limiter, and once I've done that, the multiplier keeps smoothly going. It is a bit, how should I say it, a bit more aggressive though, compared to the Aventador. So for Italian qualifiers, I do think that the Aventador is a better drift spec. Although this can be used as well. I wouldn't advise the Ferrari, because that run really suffers from the 7 gear problem. Drift cars with 7 gears, constantly fighting with gears. 3rd gear, 4th gear, what should I put it in, and yeah. Meanwhile you're dealing with the track and drifts, and this one is not bad. It can be used. I would leave the Ferrari be for Ferrari 458, that is, for drift. Go for the Murcielago or the Aventador if you are dealing with an Italian qualifier, which it's been a while, but it has been the case that we had only Italian cars or something, and then it kinda limited for the drift. But it works, although I think handles a bit better the Aventador than this one. But if you have this one, it will work too. So we started with the drift. That means we are going to teleport to the acceleration test now instead of driving there. It's also something differently. I'm doing all these videos, and most of them I started in Las Vegas, driving up towards Bonneville where we do the acceleration test. Quickly changing the settings back to a more drivable performance spec. That's what we are looking for. The full stock was all the way on the bottom of the list, so oh, there it is. Kinda okay with the performance. Just a different wing, a bit more carbon here and there. Other than that, not much that difference, except for the color, of course, compared to the full stock. Kinda kept it simple for this one. Acceleration, yeah, well, what did the Aventador do? A 23.5. Seeing that one is kinda newer than this one. It wouldn't surprise me that they programmed it in such a way that this one would be just a little bit slower. The newer car sorta has to be the better one, I guess. Kinda okay on the start. The Aventador has 4-wheel drive. We're not really on asphalt, so you're gonna get a better traction there at the start. This one has 2-wheel drive, but 23.6. That's only 1/10 slower than the Aventador, but yeah, it is slower. That's kinda normal. Aventador is a newer version of this car, sorta. It's the one that replaced this one. So I guess it had to be programmed a bit slower than the Aventador. But other than that, they are pretty much comparable. Also handling wise. And just like the Aventador, it will have top speed. This one, well, I think this one slides a bit more than the Aventador. The Aventador was pretty, well, it stick to the road, and this one as well though, but you might get a little drift here or there coming out of it. Did I outbrake myself there, or does this one not have that good brakes? In general, the Lamborghinis in this game have pretty good brakes. So it could have been a track problem there on that one corner. We'll see on the next corners. Little braking. Yeah, you get a little slide, a little drift, some tire marks, so which suggests a little bit of wheel spin as well. It's all a little, but it's not like it's really suffering. Meanwhile, smoothly. Oops, okay, that wasn't that smooth. Was gonna say we're smoothly going around, and then something like that happens. But once you're on the asphalt, just stay away from the sides of the road, I guess. A little bit of understeer here. The S corner coming up. Kind of anticipated a bit on that and hit the brakes, but that really wasn't necessary apparently. Also, this one, just like the Aventador, kind of sticks to the road. So the result will probably be the same as with the Aventador. That we'll have a look at the top speed first before I sort of do a resume. But yep, going towards 400. Top speed is more than okay for a performance spec on this section. Some go over 400, but not that many though. The better ones are kinda around 400. Handling wise, it's more than okay. But it's just a bit not, just like the Aventador, a bit not fast enough, a bit, and mainly to do with the acceleration. The LaFerrari does a 22.5 on the mile rack. These Aventadors and Murcielago in this case 23.5, that's like a second slower. I haven't tested the Huayra yet, but I'm assuming that will go into the 22, maybe even 21 seconds as well. And that's the main problem, it just lacks a bit of acceleration. Other than that, pretty decent, just like the Aventador. We're not dealing with too much oversteer, too much understeer, so it's not like it's suffering from that. Pretty decent car as well. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.